I love the experience. Just being with some great guys, and Kellen, Michael, and Andrew, man, it's a fun experience.
Did you come here the first time?
When did I come? I came out of high school on a national 7-on-7 tournament.
Anything in particular really blow your mind around here?
I mean, not really. I mean, I'm just trying to soak it all in right now. I haven't really been able to just sit down and just see what I've done or what's amongst me right now. But I'm happy to be with some cool guys. It's a lot of times you really don't get a chance to look at the athletes outside of football, but these guys are some genuine guys.
Did you know any of them before?
I did it. And, life is different from the East Coast than the West Coast. But it's fun. It's giving me some good topics to talk about.
If you could tell people out there who you think you are, what kind of person you think you are, what would you tell them?
The list goes on. I'm a fun person to be around. I think so. I think I am. I'm a guy that's always trying to do something fun. I hate to be set down and locked in doing something, but if it's fun, in it, I'm all for it.
Can you understand why some people aren't sure what to make of you in your situation? Can you understand how people on the outside just aren't sure what to make of this?
I'm not sure. I know how I think about and how I feel about Cam Newton. What about you? How you feel about it?
All I know you as a player, and I think you've been very impressive. But tell me what you think of Cam Newton.
I think he's a good guy. And if some people break down the football barrier of who I really am, they'll find out a lot more than they've been getting in the recent past.
Well, that's what I'm asking you. So break it down for us. Who's Cam?
I don't know. You're asking a broad question. You gotta break your question down.
Okay. Have you been upset at any point in this season about how you feel you've been portrayed?
I have. I'll be lying if I said I haven't. I have, but have I been for a long time? No. I thank God for putting me in a lot of situations because a person can get stronger by adversity, and for me to go through that, I feel like I'm a stronger person, and God won't put no more on you than you can bear.
If you win it, everything that you've gone through, will it make it that much sweeter? Or would you have preferred to just be a guy who had a great season, no runs, no hits, no runs?
What you think?
But believe me, people don't care what I think. They care what you think.
Yeah, but I mean, we all know. What would you prefer? And I think winning the award will mean a lot to me, and a lot of close people that are close to me.
Cam, have you taken a moment yet to, in all this process from when the season started to being here in New York for the Heisman, to kind of put all this in perspective?
I haven't. Honestly, I really haven't. This time last year, this was my official visit week. And yeah, that's crazy. Somebody texted me this morning and said this same day last year, it was a day I was on official visit to Auburn. And, I went from, 1 year ago to visiting what Auburn has to, the best that Auburn has. And now, 1 year later, I'm seeing what New York has to offer.
As you sit here today, can you articulate what your relationship is with your father?
He's my father. I said on numerous occasions how I feel about my father. I love him with all my heart.
Who's going to be with you tomorrow?
My mom and my two brothers.
What's your feeling on your father not being present?
Oh, it hurts, but that's the decision that he made, and that's he's doing it by the betterment of me, his son, and I think that's a good thing. Well, whatever his decision is, I'm all for it, and I'll stick to that.
Okay, I've spoken to Mark April. He had similar problems last year. He also was on the verge of a national championship. There's a lot of similarities between what happened with you this year and what happened with him last year. Just wondering whether you've spoken with him, share any thoughts.
I haven't talked to Mark. Would I like to talk to Mark? Absolutely. I think he's a good guy, and as well as a good athlete.
Did you see how he handled things last year? His father was in prison. He wanted him dearly to be here, and his father was in prison because his father made a decision to break his agreement with the court to watch his son play one more time. That's why he wound up being in prison even longer. So, very close relationship between Mark and his dad. Did you take note at any point of how Mark handled that last year, what it meant for him not to have his father here?
Honestly, sir, I haven't. And, it's a lot of men, sons and fathers in this world. And every single one of them's relationship is not the same. And, I respect Mark and his father. And I'm sure that those guys have a mutual agreement of how they feel about each other. But, that situation is completely different than my situation right now.
With everything surrounding you this year, was the field the one place where you could get away from everything, and how difficult was it for you to focus?
It wasn't difficult at all. I think I'm blessed to be playing a game that I love. And, I said before that, when I'm out there on the field, I feel at ease because, no matter what you do on the field, no reporters, not taking nothing against you guys. Y'all can't say anything about, y'all can critique if I threw an interception that play. You have to wait till, the clock strikes 0.
Do you feel cheated at all not to be able to share this with your entire family, be there in person?
No, I don't. I think, this is a blessing in itself for me being here.
When do you think he'll talk to you about it? Like, will you be able to, you win, you're going to have to come across the street, which in this town could take 5 hours. You're going to text him, call him? Have you guys work that out?
What you think?
I don't know what your relationship is with your father. So you may call him every day, you may text him every day, you may not.
You asking me questions that, I just told you I love my father. What would you think, if you loved your father? I'm pretty sure you'll probably share every single moment.
I would call him as soon as I can get to it.
Well, absolutely. We'll put that on that page.
Ken, what's it like? Your destiny's in your own hands right now. You know that nobody has to fall down and play dead for you. You guys can win a national championship, and it's basically within your own grasp. You don't have anybody have to do any favors for you. What's it like going into the final game of the season, knowing that it's within your grasp?
It feels good, but at the same time, nothing's going to be given to you. I think we put ourselves in an excellent situation to succeed, and that goes to a lot of good preparation with the teammates that I have and, the coaching staff.
Did the game when you were growing up?
No, it didn't. I mean, it takes hard work.
When did you start figuring out that this could be a special sport?
I haven't figured it out yet.
I do.
I mean, every single day, the fun thing about football is you learn, things about football every single day. How to attack this part of different defensive schemes, and nothing is the same in football. Every single year is something that upgrades the game. Back in the day, I'm pretty sure no one heard of the spread offense. Now the spread offense is, the next best thing. And, I'm just trying to stay a step ahead of the upgrade.
5 minutes.
Cam, do you think college athletes should be compensated? Forget about your situation, but just in general. Is it just enough to get a scholarship?
That's out of my hand.
No, but what about your opinion?
My opinion with college athletes getting paid, I think it's perfect as it is. I think it has to be some type of boundaries, and that the NCAA has to set. And I think so far, those boundaries have been set, and they're doing an excellent job with that.
Would you like to see it? I mean, now you're playing for the national championship now, but would you like to see down the future college football?
Honestly, I would like to play in college. I would love to see it. But speaking of an athlete's turn, college football is fun to watch. But, you know, so many people got to take into consideration if you do a playoff system, you know, it's even more wear and tear on the athlete's body. So, you know, after a 13-game season so far, you know, I feel like, you know, this is a time that, you know, I really need to get my body back at 100%. And, you know, a lot of guys just look at us as gladiators out there, just not being able to, you know, be a normal person. But, you know, at the end of the day, you know, we need the ice tub, we need Band-Aids, we need Neosporin just like everybody else.
Do you remember the first time you watched the Heisman Trophy ceremony? The first time you really can remember?
Honestly, I really can't remember what first, you know, Heisman Trophy, but I remember so many great athletes, you know, dating back to the people that was playing football way before my time. You know, I watch, you know, the fun thing about everything is you're one click away from it on YouTube. So you can YouTube a lot of guys that won the award, and you ask yourself, why did they win this award? You type the name on YouTube, and there's a lot of reasons of why they did.
Have you done that? Have you typed in Roger Staubach?
Absolutely. You know, you got the Desmond Howards, you got the Reggie Bushes.
Cam, what was it like having Bo Jackson on the sideline during the year? I mean,
it's very big. You know, especially you know, from another athlete, just to see a person that you look up to so much and having them right there in your grasp to ask them questions. You know, it's another thing to talk over the phone. It's another thing to get a message from somebody that, hey, Bo said this. But to have Bo right there talking to you, telling you how he really feels, you know, it's a you know, important thing for us.
Cam, as a player, which is more important to you, a Heisman Trophy or a national championship? Auburn hasn't won one in 50 years.
I'd say the national title right now, and I'm saying that, you know, with the utmost respect, not downgrading the Heisman by no means. But I feel like in my situation, I think I get more glory in raising that crystal ball up.
I know you love your dad. Are you disappointed in him at all over the violation that occurred?
No, I'm not.
Cam, nobody really stopped you this year. They kind of slowed you down. Which team defended you the best and why? Or how?
I'm not sure. But, you know, from a physicality standpoint, I think it was the Alabama game. You know, for a long time, you know, those guys had not only me but the coaching staff scratching our heads, you know, asking, you know, wondering why couldn't we excel at what we do best. And that's for a long time we wasn't moving the ball. But you know, that goes to great coaching to be able to do what we did in that game.
Your message came to the people back on the plains in the state of Alabama who followed you all year.
Life lessons. I really don't have a life lesson, but you know, I just want to thank everybody that has some type of support for Cam Newton, for me. You know, just being persistent in every single day. You know, it's a hard task, but at the same time, it's surely going to pay off. You know, like I said earlier, you know, God will not put too much on you more than you can bear. And in this circumstance, you know, he hasn't put, you know, I haven't broke yet. So, you know, it's a wonder what he can do in a person's life.
You've got one more game left. What do you want to be remembered for at Auburn University once you graduate? What will you have contributed to the football program?
I'm not sure, but, you know, I'm striving for greatness. And, you know, whatever that puts me in, whatever a person may label me as that, you know, I'm just trying to
Cam, can you talk about...
All right, folks, the finalists have to get going. I apologize.
What do you think you'll feel? What do you think you'll feel if tomorrow night they say the winner of the Heisman Trophy is Cam Newton? What do you think you'll feel?
Man, I mean, words can't even explain on how I would feel. You know, it'd be a dream come true, and you know, I mean.
And you would cry? Will you cry?
Will I cry?
Mark cried.
I don't know. We have to see tomorrow.
Stay tuned.
Cam, can you talk about